Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 6:30. We'll do roll call. Alderwoman Enman. Here. Excuse me. Alderman Robinson.
Here.
Alderman Kreinbrink.
Present.
Alderman Danko.
Here.
And Alderwoman Erickson here. Okay, we need to review the semi-monthly bills totaling $274,006.85. Anybody have any questions?
I have a couple. Just verifying on page 4, the ComEd bill for $76.38. Is that streetlights or what's that for?
Page 4.
Yeah, about in the middle.
Yeah, I believe that's for a street light, but I don't know. We'd have to double check what was in there. It's under ComEd.
Yeah,
It's page 4 in the
well, it's page 2, I think, but it's page 4 on the whole
packet.
combined PDF.
Yeah,
Oh,
The bottom number,
The
right?
bottom number in the corner.
in the box.
it's for the street lighting,
Oh, just for street lighting, okay.
master, yeah.
And then I had another question on page 5 for Hamilton, what's it, Lenzetti and Renwick, the 103,000.
Yes.
That's for Main Street?
Yeah, that's a portion of the construction engineering is what that is.
So that is already covered under budget.
Well, it's in the budget,
It's in
yes.
budget.
Yes,
Yep.
yep. And then we submit that then to the state to try and get a portion of that covered as well.
And I think I asked this, but I forgot last time on page 7. Sandwich Community School District 430, what is that again?
That's when we have impact fees for building permits,
Okay,
and we collect that on behalf of the school district and then send it to them. That's their land cash fee.
okay, I think, okay, now I remember.
Yeah, the other one that we pay out is the fuel, and it'll have the fuel, and it'll break it down by the departments.
I think I asked that last month, but I forgot what that
Yeah,
was.
then right here, we have the Sandwich Fire Protection District and the library as well.
Right.
Yep.
You got any more?
On page 8, we had Todd Southtown Auto. Was that for squad card number 8 and squad card number 9?
Yes.
Yes.
What did we do for squad card 8? Oil change, tire sensor? Oh, new brakes.
New brakes.
And then tire rotation and oil change on the other.
That's the brakes. Okay, that's fine. I just picked that up after I read it 3 times.
Anybody else have anything?
Just wanted to make sure all the meal reimbursements looked like they were in line, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Rich, you got anything?
From the minutes last week, we asked a couple of questions about some things. Do we ever get answers to any of them? Yeah.
That'll have
I'm
to,
sorry.
I mean, I can wait till we get to the minutes and do it then, but otherwise, I thought the bills looked good.
Janelle, do you have anything?
No.
And Fred, did you have anything more?
No, it was good.
Okay. Let me just look through my emails real quick.
I know that there was a couple questions that came up. Janelle, you had asked about the dispatch fee, and
Yes,
I
yes.
sent that back, that
That was in our emails.
that DeKalb County is who our city goes through, and we pay them for the dispatch fee. The fire department, they have their stuff go through Kendall County, is my understanding, and that's why they don't contribute to that. So I guess if they get a call at DeKalb County, they ship it to Kendall so that it'll go to them, and vice versa for us.
That was always that way, even when we had our own dispatch, just so you know.
See, I knew you'd know the information on it. So, and then, let's see,
Let me bring my other.
Was there another question that was on that list?
Well, we were talking about the Grimco.
We did get the invoice for that.
You
but
got that?
There was sales tax charged to
Yep.
that, so.
That
we
was
gave
the
it-
other one that I talked to Nick about today, and he's already made the phone call to get that reimbursed.
And then, I think we were still wanting that that quote that
Got
it
that
got
here.
Just
emailed.
gave that to
Got
her.
it here.
Oh, awesome.
But I don't know where the paperwork is for it. I had a whole stack of papers that I had not signed, and I only have one of them tonight, so not sure. Okay.
One other thing from the minutes regarding, I don't think we talked about it as council as a whole, is the office staff able to have cell phones that the city pays for? I don't know if that should be something we talk about and becomes a budget item.
I think when the time comes to talk about budget, I don't know, is it feasible to have a office cell phone?
I think it would be fine to have an office cell phone to do that. It would make sense for texting and those types of things. I don't see a problem with it. It's just a matter of the $45 or whatever. it
I'm
is a month.
just,
That's the thing. don't
I
think
am
we
a,
should Pay $45 for it. I think like Janelle said, what was it?
You can get a boost, you can get anything, $25. I mean, even maybe reevaluating who our cell phone contract is with. You might be able to get a cheaper rate with somebody else, but you can get them $25 a month.
yeah, I think the other thing too is you can also send a text via email. So as long as you know the provider, you just have to put the right information into it and you can still send it that way. I've always been a fan of utilizing the email versus the phone because the phone you can lose stuff and you don't know who's, like if it's a shared phone, you don't know who's sending the messages. That's the other thing. So if Rich and I are sharing a phone, we might send something, we don't know who's sending it, and then you don't know who you're corresponding with unless you say, hey, this is Fred or this is Rich. I know that times have changed, right? So I think we'll leave it up to the city administrator to evaluate it and come back with a proposal. That's my opinion on that.
Well, and I think the other thing that was pointed out was the fact that there's phones being used at the PD for the same instance. And I think what they're saying is, somebody needs a picture of something or a screenshot or whatever the case is, and they're having to use their own personal phone at City Hall rather than using a city phone to take a picture of something and then to send it, whether it be to somebody who's out meter reading or whatever the case is.
Sure.
But I think that's a way that they could immediately send information back and forth if somebody's monitoring it. It'd be like a radio, I remember radios being inside City Hall. Well, if they're not turned on, it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna get the message, nobody's gonna hear it. So
Right.
it's gonna be the same thing with the cell phone, but I think you're gonna see the office use it more to send stuff out and do stuff rather than receive stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm-
no, I understand. It might just be something that we just do a phone stipend like some of the other departments have, right? So it's already out there.
Well, and there
some of
may
them.
be some, I don't remember what the chief said, if there's any phones floating around, but basically you've got all the sergeants have them. I'm not sure who else has them issued, at the PD, but I think, both people in the office have them. And I think there's actually phones assigned to each of the squads, if I remember looking at it correctly too. So I'm not sure how much use that gets. For example, if there's a phone assigned to the sergeant squad, but all the sergeants have their own city cell phone, I wouldn't think that one's being used, but I could be wrong.
I believe each officer has their own cell phone.
I don't know if it's each officer or not. to be
believe it
honest
Yeah,
with you.
I think it's each officer does.
Yeah, so I just think that we leave it to Jeff to come up with a plan of how to make this, the best action moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever, I'm sorry, I was gonna say, I don't know if we ever got an answer on the Cintas thing.
If anybody went around with them.
Well, one, if anybody went around with them, and I knew the thing was CTS. I think that last one that we had was Cintas was the one doing, the water department, and I think the city street department
Right.
They must still be good with them, I guess.
They seem to be okay with them. I did talk to Brad a little bit about that. I don't know that anybody was formally with them the whole time. I think it was kind of out of desperation that it was, okay, yeah, you guys have been here before, go ahead and do it. But
And I just think it needs to be to make sure it's done right, because, again, not saying anything inappropriate was done, but that business is definitely a business that, you know, that they are earning more if they are fixing more and finding more stuff broke, so.
right, there's no doubt.
I
And
think
we did have a CTS bill for $855 in here. So does that take care of everything that was outstanding then with them?
That
you
was
know?
one of those items that was discovered in the
Yeah,
initial time we
right.
went through.
But
and
does
we
that
went
like,
to-
does that true us up so we shouldn't see anything else that's taken care of?
I believe we've got it
Okay.
taken care of at this point.
Nice.
Okay.
my only other question on there too, from 2 weeks ago was, I'd asked about Eisenberg, it was a broken earpiece, and my question was, is that something that's reimbursed through a uniform allowance? Because I think we need to have a clear cut thing as far as if something, you know, is getting broke, if something's getting worn out, it should be replaced through a uniform allowance. It shouldn't be where we're just reimbursing for it.
Yeah, that's something I never really paid attention to. So would that typically fall underneath an officer's uniform allowance?
I
or-
would think so, because not everybody uses an earpiece.
Okay.
I never used one in my career.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I did on SOT stuff, but that's completely different. But
Mm-hmm.
for an everyday on my radio, never did.
Okay.
So it's gonna be an officer preference thing, and, again, it's, you know, there's different ones out there and everything else. So, you know, if it's something they're interested in using, I would think they would replace it themselves, a uniform allowance. You know, obviously, if it was a microphone on the actual radio or an antenna, yes, that would be just the department, you know, because it's department equipment. But, you know, when it comes to that additional thing, I think it should be the uniform allowance.
Okay, so we should probably just get clarification from chief on that then, right?
I'm just texting
If
them now.
it's part of the uniform allowance or if it's part of like the radio supplies type of thing. I think probably more use it now than before, right? Just a change of the times and,
So just to recap, we're not forgetting about the question about the cell phones. We'll bring it back up.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
Okay. Anybody have any other questions? All right, see here. Approval of the minutes for November 17th, 2025. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second?
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Audience comments? Anyone? Okay. Can I get a motion to send the bills totaling $274,006.85 to council, please?
I make motion.
Anybody second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Anybody second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We adjourn at 6:41. Thank you.